Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2025. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. If you are new to my channel, by the way, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I'll pull more cards. There are so many things on this whiteboard that we'll talk about later. I'll tell you about other aspects. And then, yes, then the second spread. But welcome to a landmark month. And I am starting with you. All right. I'm starting with Geminis because of what's happening. First of all, we're halfway through the year, right? We're here, okay? And as I mentioned many times, I've said this many times, starting from last year, the second half of 2025 is gonna be completely different from the first half. Welcome to the paradigm shift. This is the month everything changes. This is going to be the least boring month of the year, and you're Geminis. You need to be stimulated. Buckle up, okay? So, remember, 2025 itself, the year of the Great Awakening. We're here. We're really here. It's the year of the snake, too. Shedding skin, out with the old, in with the new. I've been telling you that for months now. We're in the year of 9. It's all about completion, right? Fulfillment, but most importantly, is preparing yourself for 10 for 2026. That's the year. And this year, we are seeing 5 of the outer planets change signs in such a compressed period of time, which is so rare with all these planets and new signs. So what we're experiencing now, nobody on Earth has ever experienced. And these planets include Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, and Uranus in your sign. Uranus, the last of all the outer planets changing signs. Why is this bonkers? Because out of all those planets, Uranus is the most life-changing. Uranus is the planet of change, and it's moving into your sign. Gemini, your life is about to change in ways that you could never believe. Like July is going to be off the charts. Expect radical change, and change is the only constant in the world, and you already see the world is changing. All right, so this month, just expect to connect with others in ways you never have before. Expect to completely reinvent yourself. Expect to do that searching for deep meaning and purpose. Expect doors opening up for you. And remember, you have the keys anyway. Expect to tap into your inner leader, and you are going to definitely do a lot of reassessing, connecting, or reconnecting with your authentic self. In July, Venus is going to be in 3 signs, including yours. We're going to have 4 planets retrograde. We have a wild new moon, a special full moon. We only have like 3 challenging aspects, by the way, and enormously auspicious, one-of-a-kind aspects and alignments we haven't seen again in our lifetime playing out this entire month. I said 2025, the year of 4 C's, right? Community, collective, courage, consciousness, which you will see play out this month. But with Uranus in your sign, the big highlight of the month, one of the biggest of the year, I'm throwing in 4 more C's for July. You can expect creativity, communication, collaborations, and commitments. Now, Uranus in your sign. Whoa, here we go. This is the highlight of July, one of the highlights of the decade. It's been 84 years, by the way, all right? So one of the highlights of the century, sure. This month, every sign will experience change in different areas of their life, especially you, all right? Because Uranus is the great awakener, the planet of breakthroughs and unexpected surprises. And if you saw my last live stream, you know that I mentioned Saturn was the last of the traditional planets that the ancients knew of, and Uranus was discovered in 1781. 5,000 years passed before the discovery of a new planet. So Uranus's discovery was unexpected, surprising, and it was a breakthrough. All right. Uranus is electric. It's eccentric. It's revolutionary. It's evolution. It's your freedom. It's liberation, innovation, genius, novel, future forward, and of course, surprises, the unexpected, and your breakthroughs. He is like a bolt of lightning and represents shifts in consciousness on a generational scale, by the way, right? Every 7-8 years, he changes signs, and Now he's here in your sign. All right. So Uranus, god of the sky, Saturn's father, does a lot better in your sign, an air sign, than it does in Taurus, which we have been, experiencing since 2018. Gemini, you are just mutable, just being a mutable sign. It's more adaptable, more flexible. Now, Uranus in your sign, this is all about innovations and advancements, your breakthroughs, and communication and the mind, right? You represent the mind. So ideas, creative revolution, writing, creative writing, anything online, transportation, travel. It's rebellious. It's breaking from the old, being original. That is Uranus, right? Uranus in your sign, okay? Being your authentic self, like I said. And remember, this is all about reinventing yourself for the next 8 years. But we're talking about July. This can also be, yes, it's Uranus. It can be breakups. It can be shake-ups. Maybe it happens to you. Maybe it's you doing it, realizing, understanding what serves you as you serve your higher purpose, your higher self. You are going to feel restless. I got to do things. I got to say things, right? You're going to be stimulated with brilliant new circumstances, opportunities, your pursuits, exploring the new. That's the name of the game here, all right? That's for you, yeah? Uranus and Gemini, by the way, it's fast and exciting, okay? It's like that. It's like the fast scene in Moulin Rouge, yeah? Anyway, you're going to be super social because, look, Venus is also entering your sign too. On July for all month. It could be here all month, okay, until the end of the month when Venus moves into Cancer, which we'll talk about, later, but just remember, at the end of the day, Uranus in your sign is changed. You're going to see it right away. You're going to feel changes right away, and you'll see it happen with everything I just said, all right? It's in your sign. It's in your sign. You're going to go through change. You're going to go through extraordinary change. Now, here's the thing. You throw in Saturn and Neptune conjuncting in Aries. Remember what I said? That's out with the old, in with the new. Spiritual warrior, asking you to be that leader, along with Jupiter that just moved into Cancer, another cardinal sign. In tarot, Cancer is the chariot. Aries is the emperor. Go, 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 go. Go get it. This is your 11th house, okay? Saturn and Neptune and Aries in your 11th house. Jupiter and Cancer for you, your second house. So what does that mean? Money, first of all, finances, all that's changing, right? Jupiter expands. It's blessings. It's profit. It's wisdom. You got Saturn, Neptune, and Aries in your 11th house. Your social and networking, what you do best, right? Networking, social matters, benefactors, allies, communities, right? Even the masses. This is big because the 11th house is also your future hopes and aspirations and goals and long-term commitments anyway. So because Uranus is trining Pluto, right? I talked about this, Pluto and Aquarius. That's 2 air signs, and that's a package deal there. So you can't just see Uranus and Gemini alone. You got to see Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto for the next 2 years. So not only will this be like the perfect trine with these 2 air signs, y'all get along. The other reason is because Uranus just so happens to be the ruler of Aquarius. And Gemini, you're Mercury ruled. We're talking Hermes here, right? The messenger. Like, he's fast, okay? Mercury also just happens to be the lower octave of Uranus, the sky god, all right? Hermes likes the sky, all right? So expect breakthroughs, especially with the mind, Mercury and Pluto, which happens to be very psychological anyway. You will have breakthroughs in ways maybe that you recognize you were holding yourself back, right? There's your personal freedom. This is high frequency. It's electric, like I said. And as you know, we're all made of energy. We all have biofields. We're all connected. We're a human race. Pluto in Aquarius is humanity. We all contribute. This is our ascension. You've got all the outer planets have changed now, all right? So now you're going to see a lot happen, okay? And the other thing that I'm trying to tell you here is that you don't have to do it alone. The transformation, this change, these breakthroughs, we're all in this together. You matter. You're part of the collective, and you're here to help the collective move forward. Uranus is going to be in your sign. Remember, everyone's taking on that leader role, and here you are. All right. So that said, in July, you will also do inner work. All right. And I'll walk you through this, right? That's going to be a big thing. And if you don't do the work, the entire collective doesn't move forward. Okay. Because that's the thing. Starting from this point forward, you're going to start seeing things more in terms of humanity. We're a collective. Imagine humanity at an assembly line. One person's actions that doesn't do the work, that can delay progress and ascension. So the higher the frequency, all right, the more you actually impact others, you help raise the frequency, all right? So now you will also break things down for your breakthrough. This is Uranus in your sign, okay? And if you don't, especially with things that circumstances, you're like, right? Oh, the planets will. All right. The planets will. Remember, there's a lot of things here asking you to be that leader, your authentic self and courage. I said all that. All right. And I always say these planets use these aspects. Don't let them use you, especially Uranus in your sign. Okay. This is a brand new you. All right. Uranus is attributed to the Fool in tarot. All right. The Fool card 0. And Uranus in your sign at 0 degrees, which is the world axis, the degree of reset, this new beginning, all month. So I need to make this very clear to you, Gemini. You're going to be embarking on a brand new journey, all right? Especially after the Jupiter Cazimi and new moon from the last week of June. But with Uranus at 0 all month long, and aspect, there's stuff happening for you. And remember, you are getting a preview this summer of what your life will be like starting February 2026. So take action now. Have your breakthroughs, create your reality. The universe will come bearing gifts. You got to get them though. All right. Now, the biggest thing of July, before I even jump in, because I need to make this very clear. And I already did that video, Saturn and Neptune, okay, for all 12 signs. But Saturn conjuncting Neptune in Aries, sextiling Uranus in your sign, and Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus in your sign trining Pluto. That's the story here. All right. This is you cultivating the new you and the new reality that you're creating for yourself, turning your dreams into reality and fast. Uranus and Gemini is fast. So this 4-way alignment, which you can't trace back, and modern human history is harmonious, forming this rare golden triangle, this signature that I told you, you're going to definitely feel in July, all right? Because they're all at those early degrees of fresh new beginnings and new ventures all summer long. And Saturn sextile Uranus and Uranus sextile Neptune, they're going to perfect in August next month at 1 degree. The not only new beginnings, but letting that new you emerge, right? So again, these outer planets in a rare signature. Saturn sextile Uranus in general, the last time was 1997. Uranus sextile Neptune, last time was 1966. Uranus trine Pluto, the planets with long orbits. Last time we had this was 1922. You're going to feel it now for the next 2 years. That, Uranus trine Pluto, that's going to perfect in July 2026. But again, you're feeling it now. But look at that Saturn Neptune video, all right? I did for all 12 signs what you can expect, because I talked about July and August 2026. It's a big deal, all right? For you especially. Uranus is going to be in your sign. That's going to be big, all right? So anyway, you're going to have this amazing change. And here's the other thing. I know a lot of y'all watch for your rising, your moon, your sun, all of that, maybe for your partner, whoever it is. Everyone has a unique birth chart, and Uranus and Pluto in your chart will be aspecting at some point with other planets, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, maybe for years. Like me, I'm a 0 degree Gemini rising. If you're a subscriber, you know that. So when Uranus moves into Gemini at 0 degrees, right on my ascendant for about a year, that you're going to see me go through change. You're part of my journey. All right. So this is going to be big. Uranus, again, wants you to be your authentic self in this new world, this new era, this new you. And if you want to know more about what you can expect with Uranus in your sign for the world, yeah, I'll leave my July astrology overview video. I'm out in my last live stream, but I'll actually do another one. I'll do another one. All right. So anyway, just I'll leave it in the description, those in the description box or end of this video. But I'll do another one with my channeled prediction. So anyway, July. All right. So you're definitely going to expand your consciousness. Why? Gemini and Aquarius are two of the most open-minded signs. Uranus and Gemini trine Pluto and Aquarius is opening minds. You will continue to think in profound new ways. And remember, you're Gemini. You already do. You're paving the way. You're that leader, right? And you will have breakthroughs, to be honest. Like, you're going to be taking more risks than normal, and you're going to see your life change before your eyes. That's just how Uranus operates in Gemini, which again is fast. And if you feel that things are happening too fast for you, remember Mars and Virgo all month. Oh yeah, that's going to keep you grounded. You have a lot happening in the home and family sector. Okay, loved ones, real estate even. I told y'all, some of y'all gonna be buying stuff or selling your house, or well, let's keep going. And money is a big thing for you, but like I said, reassessing, rethinking, all of that is going to be on the table this month with the 4 retrogrades. We have Neptune going retrograde. We have Saturn going retrograde. We have Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde this month. We'll talk about that later. And Chiron going retrograde. Don't forget that Pluto is also retrograde. We'll talk about this later, okay? But let's dive in. Now, the other thing is, again, not a lot on the whiteboard here. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. I'm going to pull the most important things for you. But remember, July 2nd, not on the whiteboard, the exact midpoint of the year, right? And to be honest, this is mid-decade, the mid-decade point. What are the chances, by the way? The moon is going to be in Libra this day, all about balance, inner peace, harmony, and it's going to have this air trine with Sedna in your sign. By the way, we'll talk about that. And Pluto in Aquarius, that Libra moon. So connecting with the two very important dwarf planets, right? Which are all about the collective consciousness. You still got Venus and Taurus at this point too in its domicile. All right. So you are deaf. Things are happening behind the scenes for you in a big way. Now, Friday, July 4th is one of the biggest days of the month. It's a loaded day. All right. So please pay attention to what I say this day, especially because I'm not going to include it in next week's forecast. All right. There's bigger fish to fry, but this is a big one. All right. Venus conjunct Uranus and Taurus at 29 degrees. All right. Now, I've already talked about this last week. And also I dropped these forecasts days before the actual month. So whatever day that you're watching this, you are definitely feeling Venus conjunct Uranus already. It's building. It's building to the perfection here, that anaretic degree. There's this graduation, culmination, a peak moment for you, a breakthrough, surprise, unexpected moment. Love, money, creativity, relationships, beauty, comfort, self-worth, anything your heart desires. It's Venus in a conjunction. All right. There's going to be fireworks. Pun intended. Happy 4th if you're in the US. But there could be something really exciting here. This parting gift from Uranus that's leaving Taurus after its 7-year stay. You're going to feel it days before, days after. Okay. But remember, this is your 12th house. So this is nothing in the physical world, by the way. It's very nebulous, very spiritual. There's something healing here. There's something here that's very like you're definitely like healing. But there's also, it's a 12th house. It's the subconscious. It's things happening behind the scenes for you. There's definitely a lot here for you. Okay. So, as in like you're going to see them emerge very soon. All right. But what makes this day actually even bonkers is that Venus and Uranus are conjuncting the fixed star Alcyone, the brightest star in the Pleiades, the Taurus constellation. So for the first time in 84 years, and that harmoniously connecting with Pluto, Saturn, Neptune. I mean, like, We're going to talk about that in the second spread next week, okay? Because that is where we talk about the asteroids, planetoids, lunations, fixed stars. But look at what happens. Venus moves into your sign immediately after, okay? Because what comes after 29? 0 in astrology, right? So now it's at 0 degrees. You're going to really feel this. So Venus in your sign, what is that? It's fun. It's social. It's stimulating. It's flirty, curious, affectionate, lighthearted. You're going to feel charming and magnetic. This is in your, Venus is in your sign, all right? Venus is very social. You're a social sign. You're the social butterfly. This is taking risks. This is feeling free. This is trying new things with a lot of money, a focus on money and love and creativity, launching new things, maybe things you're doing in your local community, learning or teaching. Social media, things online, really big time for you. Remember, Venus is in your sign pretty much all month, okay? Shopping online is a big thing. Venus is shopping and beauty. So communicate, network, travel, shop. It's very stimulating. It's lighthearted. It's belly laughs, all right? It's very jokey. Like, you're going to hear a lot of jokes this month, okay? Dad jokes. Maybe you got some, all right? But anyway, this is kind of bonkers. And I'm not going to tell every sign this because maybe later, but Venus at this point will, in your sign, will be conjunct Sedna in your sign the first time in 12,000 years. A planetoid, right? Alcyone, the fixed star in the Pleiades. But you also have Aldebaran and Hygeia in your sign too. And a lot of that is happening those early degrees of 0 to 3 degrees. So you are changing already. Okay? And yes, Neptune will retrograde this date, okay, until December 10th. And that's all just reassessing, redefining that inner spiritual warrior, that compassionate leader, the visionary artist, role model, hero. Are you grounded in reality with your dreams and ideals? All right. This is actually really good, connecting intuitively. All right. So here's the thing. Venus moving into your sign, before that even happens, when she conjuncts Uranus and Taurus, here's the thing. The moon will be in Scorpio. Now, you're a subscriber. You know I've talked about this. There's an intensity with the moon in Scorpio. So yeah, this is the same. All right, day. So focus for you, work, everyday activities, health, pets, love, business, intimacy, money, transformation. Transformation is the biggest thing. And what's really interesting is that Jupiter is actually, you'll notice, not aspecting at all this month, okay? No Jupiter aspects, planetary-wise, right? Well, Jupiter will definitely connect with the moon and the asteroids, all that, all right? But this is the day that Jupiter is going to be at its degree of exaltation at 5 degrees and will actually trine the moon. It's so beautiful because it's kind of like this emotionally moving, warm and fuzzy, feel-good energy. You could feel very intuitive this day. Maybe there's something here with a female figure, mother, things like that. All right, there might be a moment where you find out there's going to be a kid in the picture. There may be something here with home or investments for you, Gemini. So anyway, just you're definitely going to feel this, okay? And not even on the whiteboard. Oh, that's when the moon will conjunct Juno, all right? And trine the sun in Cancer. And so we have this grand water trine, sun in Cancer, moon in Scorpio, and even the North Node in Pisces, by the way. So yeah, just go with the flow with the go. It's an emotional day. There's, again, that intensity. And there is this mini trine that you're involved with Venus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, and Saturn and Neptune in Aries. I mean, that's a lot of fire and air. So you have this fire trine, but you also have another one, or air trine, but you also have a fire trine with Mercury in Leo, Ceres, all right, in Aries, and the fixed star Antares, which is a royal star. All about mastery, kind of like Saturn and Aries, like mastery of self, courage, even the sense of glory. It is a warrior star. And so Saturn, it's just a bonkers weekend. It's a bonkers weekend. So there's something here that you're looking, there's some partnership, relationship, contracts, marriage, legal matters, work is a big thing, but your everyday activities here, there's something highlighted, something with money and self-worth and something in your physical world, all right? Like material possessions. That's what I'm saying. This is a big month. And if you do watch my prediction videos, right? I don't know if you're new to my channel. I also channel. I'm a channeler. I'm a psychic, clairvoyant, all of that. I do it in my live streams. And again, I'm taking a lot of it onto my own platform. I am at 100% accuracy, which isn't, there is, another person like me who she just made an announcement that she's at 93% accuracy, meaning she only made one wrong prediction. So it's not like, when you're accurate, you're accurate, but you really trust, I trust my guides, right? That's how accurate. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is if you're a subscriber, you will remember I channeled the message of 525 BC, which I had to Google what was going on around that time. And it was when Venus was passing over Antares in the Scorpio constellation. And so there's just something here, all right? And Venus and Antares, and that was an occultation. It just obscures the star from view. It's not going to happen again until November 2400. But there is something here with great passion. And Venus will actually conjunct Antares December 8th this year. And that's the time of your full moon, Gemini. That's why I'm bringing this up. It's also the time of the Mercury-Uranus opposition. Okay. Now, Sunday, July 6th. Oh my goodness, there is so much to cover here. This is Venus in your sign, sextiling Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Okay. Everything that I said earlier about Venus and your sign, take inspired action. Okay. Do things, do new things, expand your consciousness, go have some fun. It's Venus in your sign. Communicate, be stimulated, go on a fun first date to a poetry jam or one of those things where they speak, poetry really fast. Go do stand-up comedy. All right, do something. Just be social. You never know who you're going to meet or bump into. Start that candy cane business that you wanted to. Just do things, all right? Get out of your comfort zone, because Venus sextiling Saturn and Neptune here, this is what your heart desires and you taking it for the long term. Saturn's all about commitments, relationships, finances, creative endeavors. Saturn brings that structure, stability, even any boundaries that you might want to set for yourself, maybe as an authority. Maybe there's something here with an authority figure like a boss or a father in the mix, but Neptune is bringing that imagination, those ideals, that compassion, and this is super dreamy when you have Venus sextile Neptune. It's, Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, okay? So remember, sextiles are those windows of opportunity to help you thrive and prosper, and this is like a fairy tale. It's Neptune, right? It's very cloud nine. There's this surplus of energy, creative energy. So do things that will inspire you. Please listen to music. Go to a ballet or a gallery, okay? It's Venus, it's spa, it's, go to get a massage or get that peanut butter facial, whatever it's trending right now. Just go do things, all right? You're going to feel this days before, days after. By the way, it's happening at 2 degrees, which is actually Venus's degree. She's at home. So it's all about love and comfort and abundance, but you've got to take that action. So please put wheels in motion. Speak the things you want into existence. There's so much harmony here for you to connect with the ether, and it is a long window of opportunity, okay? You're going to feel this up until the 9th, all right? Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your partner or for your, pet ant, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, are going to feel this the most. If you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you have planets 0 to 4 degrees in any of the signs that I just said, you will feel it the mostest, okay? Now, July 7th, a big day. Uranus moves into your sign, and we will talk about it next week, including the lower expressions of Uranus in your sign. Just remember, you're reinventing yourself this month. You're no longer operating on Windows OS 1. You're at a quantum level now, okay? And you're going to see great change. Remember, trining Pluto, that's your 9th house, okay? Pluto in Aquarius, your 9th house. So this is very spiritual for you. Uranus and Gemini all month long, very spiritual, all right? Seeing the big picture, life purpose. You got a lot happening here with publishing, broadcasting, long distance travel, teaching, imparting your wisdom, okay? So again, we'll talk more. There's so many fascinating things that are happening here. Just be open-minded, but we'll talk more about it next week, okay? Now, that same day, Venus will trine Pluto. So again, this is rare. It only happens twice a year, and Venus is in your sign. And with with Uranus, but Venus trining Pluto, this is love, relationships, money, creative pursuits, anything that you're after or starting or want to invest your time in, or actual investments. There's this deep passion here, okay? Communicate. It's an air, they're both air signs here, all right? Remember, you already have Uranus trine Pluto. So Venus and Uranus, by the way, both in your side right now, just out of sheer coincidence, are the only two planets that spin retrograde, basically backwards. It's interesting. Anyway, this is you, Venus trine Pluto, being very commanding, having presence. You're already feeling magnetic with Venus in your sign. This is when you're going to be very impressive, impressing other people with your dad jokes. This is exciting. It's very mentally stimulating, all right? Deeply profound, because you may be seeking really deep connections too with your current people that you know, new people, whatever it is, electric connections. Especially if you're single, go out there, all right? This is all in the name of transforming your life. Pluto is all about transformation. And yes, there is an intensity here, but like a good way. Like you're at a karaoke bar, you're singing your song, and you're really in the zone, okay? Now, just dare to be different too, please. You just do things that you expand your consciousness. The universe is on your side. And remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up anyway. It's almost like I don't even have to tell you to do new things. You're just gonna, all right? So both planets, Venus and Pluto, have to do with love and money. So yeah, you're definitely going to feel those vibes. Remember, trines are harmonious. They're in your favor. They do bring an element of ease and luck as well. And you're going to feel this days before, days after, and again, level of intimacy, power too, empowerment with Pluto, influence with Venus in your sign. This is all part of your evolution and your growth. It's at those early degrees. Cross watchers, air signs, you, Libra, Aquarius, and fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, will feel the most. If you have planets 0 to 6 degrees in any other signs I mentioned, yeah, you're going to feel it. Especially with the moon in Sagittarius this day too. By the way, FYI, we have an amazing fire trine with the moon in Sag, Mercury in Leo, and Ceres in Aries. There's going to be a huge shift in perspective you're about to have, okay? Anyway, also, by the way, in my last channeling predictions live stream, I did say pay attention July 3rd to July 7th. Now, what else is happening? Thursday, July 10th, you got that full moon. You got that full moon in Capricorn. It's happening around 5 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world, right? But it doesn't matter because you feel full moons days before, days after. We will talk more about this in your weekly forecast, but I like this full moon. Has an amazing alignment with the North Node in Pisces in your 10th house of career and fame and your reputation. If you're not here for career, just your reputation, right? Your public recognition, honors, achievements, as well as the South Node in Virgo. There's something here with home and family, even this trine to Mars in Virgo as well. Just remember, Uranus is freshly new in your sign. Sextiling Saturn, conjunct Neptune, sextile Pluto, Uranus trine Pluto. All that's happening in the background too. I don't want you to forget that. It's a Saturn-ruled full moon, by the way. So there's something here. It's in Capricorn that rules your 8th house. Yeah? That's big. So you are changing. You are changing. This month, you're going to be a completely different person because this full moon is in your 8th house. What is the 8th house? It's death and rebirth. It's regeneration. It's transformation. Okay? Was it caterpillar to butterfly? This is also a full moon in Capricorn. Anything Capricorn is no nonsense. So this is you getting serious about your long-term goals. This is where you are going to see a really big impact with your relationships, intimacy, also like business partners, also money, inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, royalties, loans, taxes, things like that. All right. So there is a turning point here. Think about what happened. What did you manifest? What were the intentions you were setting at the corresponding new moon in Capricorn that happened January 29th of this year, the day after my birthday? Now, cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are going to feel this full moon the most. But again, we'll talk about it a lot more. It's a strong one, all right? Strong full moon. You're going through changes. And by the way, don't forget Mercury's in Leo, right? And Mercury will trine Ceres in Aries. There is going to be something here about a lot of health, diet, nutrition, nurturing, taking care of yourself. All right. Ceres is Mother Earth, maybe your maternal side, paternal side coming out. You're just going to feel this really strongly. All right. Because, Mars is in Virgo anyway, and that's all about service to others, taking care of others. You got the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer, all about nurturing and growth and home and family. You're going to feel this. Now, I'm not going to, I'll tell you that later. Anyway, are we? Yeah. Okay. So let's do. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's rip through these. All right. Gemini. Well, I'm gonna spend more time with you anyway. This is a big month for you. I'm here for you. Okay. Saturday, July 12th. Yeah. Saturn goes retrograde until September 1st. We'll talk more about that in your weekly forecast. But now, again, this is just all going with these retrogrades. Okay. Saturn and Aries. So are you grounded in reality, just like Neptune retrograde, right? Are you maybe do that reassessing? Are you putting too much limitations on yourself? Do you have a realistic approach and mindset for your future? It is a time where you are reinventing yourself, all right? And this may have to do with your long-term goals and commitments, structure, discipline, leadership, how you show up for yourself, okay? Know thyself. Socrates, okay? So anyway, there's something big happening around this time. Just remember Saturn's karma. All right, everything has ripple effects. What ripples do you want to make in your life for the next 2 years? Yeah. High frequency. All right. Now, oh gosh, I'll tell you that one later. There's a lot of things that are happening in July. I told you it's the least boring month, but there's a lot of perspective shifting, especially for you, inner wisdom. Thursday, July 17th, you've got Mercury sextile Venus. Okay. This is going to be a big day. You see what's happening, right? So this is actually really great. Venus is in your sign. This is this is almost like that one last stimulating conversation, exciting, powerful words that you're speaking into existence, expressing yourself, launching something, maybe you doing some fun, engaging social media posts or social media around here. Maybe you're taking a short trip. Maybe you're sending a care package to a loved one with Mercury trining Ceres at this time. Now, later, around, and it depends on where you live, July 17th, 18th, because right around, after midnight, Mercury will go retrograde, okay? And that'll be until August 11th. We know Mercury is your ruler. We know you are among the most impacted when Mercury goes retrograde. And we know that this can bring miscommunication, wires crossed, delays. But the big thing is people from your past coming up. Now, why is this a bigger deal for you? Mercury is going retrograde in Leo, right? That rules your third house. That is your home. So it amplifies that energy. The third house is communication. It is the mind, okay? And it is a lot of other things that we'll talk about in your weekly forecast, but we've already talked about with Mercury and Leo. Just look at your last week's reading. I do like this Mercury retrograde, by the way, right? And I think that you will appreciate it. People from the past coming back, okay? And it's maybe people that you needed, right? So maybe like an old boss offering you something, whatever it is. Just know the big picture is this. Mercury will stay in Leo after the retrograde until September 2nd, yeah? So Mercury in Leo all summer, just like Saturn conjunct Neptune, sextile Uranus trine Pluto. And I'm telling you, because you are going to be in a completely different place in your life by fall, okay? In September when we have those eclipses, all right? Now, Mercury retrograde, who is going to feel this the most? Well, it'll be the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Gemini and Virgo, all right? If you have any planets between 3 to 17 degrees in any of the fixed signs, remember, and it doesn't matter because we look at the angular aspects, all right? So you feel this the most. Now, Sunday, July 20th, we are going to dive deep when we get to this point in your weekly forecast, but yeah, Mars will conjunct the South Node. Exact at 19 degrees. Remember, I said that. When we dive deep, you will see why this is going to be a big day, but it's also going to square Venus in your sign. Again, we'll talk about in your weekly forecast. You see Mars square Venus. Yeah, where that's you're going to feel here. But the big thing about this day, Mars conjunct the South Node in Virgo. The moon's going to be in your sign this day, Gemini. The moon's going to be in Gemini. All right. So what does that mean? The moon will conjunct Uranus in your sign. All right. So here's your breakthrough or something unexpected. Also, the moon will conjunct Venus in your sign, which is always very auspicious and favorable. And there's something here with relationships, money, creativity, again, like feminine energy as well. All right. So Mars in the South Node, this is all about what is not part of your future goals. What has reached an expiration date, a point of fatigue, what is no longer necessary for your journey, what has got to go. Mars is like a spear, a laser, and it is the South Node. Your life lessons, things you're moving on from in the past. With Mercury retrograde at the same time, yeah, the past is going to be really amplified around this time. All right. So this is it's a lot of mutable energy. Virgo's a mutable sign like you. So prepare for change and release. But the bigger story here, what did I just say? Virgo, right? Moon in your sign, South Node in Virgo, Mars in Virgo. Mercury rules both you and Virgo. You are going to be very busy communicating, planning, networking, maybe making announcements, having new ideas. But all of this, remember, Gemini connected to the mind, Virgo connected to the gut, instincts, your second brain. So there is this merging of physical and higher mind this day, instincts and intellect. There's something that's got to go here and something that's going to change. And again, a lot of it will be the focus on you and your perspective and something that you're leaving behind, as well as home, family, real estate. Okay. Remember, the North Node is still in Pisces. This is finding purpose, moving in the direction of your destiny, having that spiritual awakening, but also, especially with how you're perceived, your public recognition, career. All right. So anyway, let's move forward because there's just so many things I did not know. Oh, okay. So Mars square Venus. Again, you're going to feel it. All right. We'll just leave it at that. All right. Tuesday, July 22nd, we officially enter Leo season. So this is a big deal for you because the sun actually rules Leo. This is your stage. It's Leo. So literally time to show off your talents for the next 4 weeks. All right. It's all about the spotlight. It's the sun in Leo. All right. You're not a backup dancer at this. You never were. You're a Gemini. All right. You're not. This is your time. Remember, you have a light inside you, and this is when you let it radiate. All right. This is a huge surge of inspiration, very enthusiastic, energizing, confident energy for the next 4 weeks. And again, in your third house, this is your home. This is where you work best, communicating, being social, networking, launching new things, selling things, launching businesses, all of that. Okay. Travel is a big thing here. Your local community is a big thing here. There's and writing, okay? Writing and the internet. Maybe you're starting a website. Maybe there's something here, but there is this huge focus on creativity and family and children and fun and pleasure and joy and romance and fame. Yeah? There's that, remember, Leo, the royal maker. There's an element of fame here, as well as relationships for you as well. Family energy, they're big, all right? So, anyway, we'll talk about more in your weekly forecast, but the same day, the sun and Leo will sextile Uranus in your sign. I wonder. So expect some surprising fun moment right off the bat, or you being curious about something right off the bat. Now, Wednesday, July 23rd. Yeah, this is when Venus squares Mars exact. Remember, Venus in your sign, Mars in Virgo, mutable energy. There might be a little bit of, restlessness here, especially of the mind, right? You may want something and you may find it. That's what this square is, all right? And I don't mind. I actually like this square. You're going to feel it days before, days after. Depends on how you use it because it is Mars, right? So this is you taking that action when it comes to things that have to do with love and money and creativity, all right? Just don't be too you're going to be fine. It's just a time where you're going to ask yourself, are my desires met? Now, I'm going to skip that for now. Well, I'll tell you that same day, the sun will trine Saturn. Okay. So again, this is your willpower, vitality, determination to achieve your long-term goals. You're going to be dressed for success. This is a beautiful trine, all about long-lasting rewards for all your efforts. This is in your 11th house. All right. This is 3rd and 11th. There's something big here. All right. On a global scale, possibly, if you want that. And something here, you may be making a lot of new friends at this point, or just being very popular. You already are. You're Geminis. Now, Thursday, July 24th, we have a new moon in Leo. Again, 2 degrees. But remember, Mercury's retrograde in Leo at this point. So we'll talk more about this in your weekly forecast. It doesn't mean that you can't set intentions or put wheels in motion. I'll walk you through it when we get to that time. Just know, when I said this new moon is wild, we have the sun trine Saturn and Neptune. You have Pluto trine Uranus. You have Saturn and Neptune, sextile Uranus, all happening. There's a major window of opportunity here being presented to you. All right. Again, this is your 3rd house. Everything. This is your home. Contracts, agreements, verbal agreements, or, maybe former things that you were working on. Maybe you were working on a book, a creative project, and now you're really in the groove of it. Now you're like, okay, I'm working on ready to publish by August. I'm going to start pitching it, whatever it is. Just remember, this is big. All right. And the sun will be opposite Pluto. We'll talk about that when we get there. But again, that's the only thing here where it's like there's long-term commitments that you're working on here, but the sun opposite Pluto in fixed signs, there can be a little bit of ego and pride, all right? And maybe some secrets coming to light, all right? Just remember, Uranus is in your sign, bringing innovation. That's the great thing about Uranus, by the way, being in Gemini, all right? So Uranus in Gemini is very clever, very good at problem solving on the fly, yeah? I always say this, Geminis, you can talk your way out of situations. You can talk your way into situations. That's why you're always that's why when they open up the velvet rope for you all the time at the club, all right, you skip the line. You can talk your way. You got this, all right? So anyway, let me see what else is happening. July 30th, Venus leaves your sign, moves into Cancer. This is big. This is big. All right. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. A lot of energy around home and family, but money. Venus, the planet of money, in your second house of money. Like what? Right? So, and then Chiron will go retrograde. Listen, that's just doing a lot of healing. All right. And then we do have a Mercury Cazimi in Leo on July 31st. That was, I didn't have room on the whiteboard, but again, we'll talk through these, later. All right. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for July 2025, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. So, okay. Gemini, let me give you a little bit more time here, okay? Because this is your month. This is your month. Gemini, I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. How are you doing? What are the changes that are happening in your life? I'm about to make a really big announcement, by the way. I'm about to make a really big announcement. I don't know. By the time that you've seen I don't know. I may have already made it. Yeah. Remember, anything that big, you want to do it all before Mercury goes retrograde. Gemini, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for our monthly reading spread. If we need to put clarifiers, we will. I love y'all. You're good. You almost made me. You're okay. You're going to get. Yep. You get Ted Lasso. Yeah. That's how good you are. All right. I don't know who this is, but you get him too. You're good. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the biggest month for you. You got the Six of Pentacles. There you go. You know what? At the end of the day, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I love this for you. Six of Pentacles, all about generosity of spirit, generosity, the goodwill. This all about gratitude. And remember, I even like balance. You see him holding the scale. What's really interesting about this, he's supporting others. Yeah. So if you're seeking support, you're getting it. Financially, you're getting it. Okay. Now, the other thing is, it seems like it's going to be you imparting your wisdom. I told you're going to have some big breakthroughs, and you're kind of leading the brigade of this Uranus party in your sign. All right. So the other thing is, he is the young version of the Hierophant. So blessings here. You're blessed. You're blessed. You're amazing. There's so much harmony here. Again, the Pentacles are a physical reality too, physical world. So if you're not here for money, there is just something spiritual that comes through, all right? But something coming through into your physical world. And in the heart of your spread, you got the Empress. Now, remember, this is not a weekly reading. This is a monthly forecast, okay? You got the Empress. You got the Empress, a goddess. Think Aphrodite. This is super conscious love. This is so much self-love. This is abundance. This is everything that she wears the world. She wears the universe on her crown, her jewels. She's got the golden scepter. There's only 2 people in tarot that got that. Anything she touches turns to gold. Look at all this abundance. The other thing is she's pregnant. All right. And but look at her sitting. There's so much comfort here. Look at her. Yeah. Now, what is this? It is love. It's relationships. It's self-love. It's money. It's the Empress, right? It's new reality. There's something new happening for you that's bringing you a lot of comfort, okay? And I say that because the Empress is card 3, right? 1 + 2 equals new reality. It's also growth, advancement, maturation, learning, right? Remember, even in astrology, that 3-degree point is yours, Gemini. That's your degree, the Gemini degree. This is big. You even see the symbol of Venus and her stone-shaped heart here. There you go. Venus in your sign. Come on. Just expect a lot of this abundance, and you even see the golden golden wheat here, right? This new crop. There's this new harvest for you. Amazing. And then look at that. Would you look at that? You got the tennis words and your challenge area. 2 things here. 1, remember your last week's reading. Yeah. Remember your last week's reading. That's all I'm going to say. And because I bring in the current astrology, yeah, every week is sequential. So it's not just like just putting down cards. It's everything is connected. Yeah. Amazing. Because what this is saying, you're coming out of something. All right. that was holding you back or could have been challenging, even the way that you're thinking about something. You're coming out of it. Uranus will do that to you. Venus in your sign will do that for you as well. All right? Just say for you. Amazing. You even see the sun coming out the horizon here. 10, the end. All right? Amazing. Now, the other thing is someone else. All right? There's someone else on your journey that's coming through that where, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like maybe you were waiting for them to like have their awakening. They are. Okay? Why is this such a big deal? What did I say about the Six of Pentacles? He's the young Hierophant. Yeah? Look at his hand gesture. It's the same as the philanthropic man in the Six of Pentacles. The same hand gesture as a Hierophant. So blessings. This is blessing in disguise. And you've got that Ace of Swords in your crown anyway. So when I say you're coming out of something here where you were mentally maybe holding your back, or there could have been things that you felt were like, hello, new world, full of abundance, fertility, growth, the birth of new things. What's going on here? Oh yeah, some of y'all may be having babies too, okay? Or grandkids, or there's some new kid in the picture. Yeah, in the beginning of the month, end of the month, very likely you may hear that news as well. Okay, so, and even just the fact that Venus is currently in Taurus for the first few days, and you have that conjunction. Anyway, Nine of Cups, which comes through card in the root of your spread. Like you're feeling it, you're feeling everything that's happening for you. All right, this is a card of complete satisfaction. It's a card of like, even there's a sense of like achievements here. I feel good. I'm, very proud of myself. I love it. And in fact, this card is attributed to Pisces, Jupiter and Pisces, right? Remember, we have the North Node in Pisces in your 10th house of fame and career and recognition, honors, achievements. Anyway, this is so much enlightenment. Now you got the moon in your future, okay? So with the moon, remember what I said with a lot of these retrogrades, especially Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde, take that time to go within to unroot anything else. This is a brand new journey for you. Ace of Swords, this is a mental breakthrough that's in your crown, and you literally see the crown on top of the sword. Yeah? This is big. New way of thinking, new way of seeing things. This is a big breakthrough. It's the biggest sword in tarot. Pointed straight to the sky. There's that connection to the divine, this true perception, and again, new beginnings, new way of thinking, but contracts, agreements as well, whatever it is bringing you a lot of joy and abundance and pleasure. And you got the moon in your future. So the moon in tarot is attributed to also Pisces. Okay, so again, that is all your 10th house. So there may be something here. You've got to really go within because there's something that you need to change. And there's something here, even in the subconscious, you may have to go really deep, especially when Venus does trine Pluto. I see that as a point where you're going to go deep and you're going to be like, you know what? I'm not bringing this into my next new, era, my new journey. That's all it is. Okay, you even see it is card 18. 1 + 8 = 9. The Hermit card. Whose face do you see in this card? The Hermits. Okay, so take that time. Do some reflection. I said that you're going to be doing a lot of reflection this month, okay? Reinventing yourself. So don't be afraid to go deep. Those places you've never gone before, that would be your breakthrough with Uranus. Let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness. Who are you? Gemini. Oh my gosh. You, listen. If you like this reading, would be great if you subscribe, share, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Fellow Gemini. Yeah, but again, I don't know if y'all know, my progressed moon is in Gemini too. I'm having a very Gemini year. My brother's a Gemini. Anyway, I love y'all. All right, let's keep going. Look at you. I can't. Can you not okay. Wow. This is, you gonna take a screenshot? What are you gonna do? Look at this. You got the 4 of Wands. This is a card of milestones and celebration and feeling free. Remember, Uranus in your sign, freeing yourself. They're outside of the castle here, okay? This is a card of marriage, of maybe, landing that dream job, having a baby, buying a house, moving into a new house. There's so much here to look forward to, launching your own thing, your own business, a side gig, getting a new job, promotion, any of that. Big, 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 big. Congratulations. Congratulations. This card is attributed to Aries. Yeah, that's your 11th house, your future hopes, long-term goals, wishes, dreams, all of that. And what the fax machine? You have the Lovers show up again in the exact same place as you did last week. You can't say that's coincidence, right? And I always say coincidence is just a wink from the universe. It doesn't even exist. It's a wink, yeah, right? So anyway, you got your own card, the Lovers, in your external factors area. This is all about you. See what I said about the Lovers in last week's reading, but just in general, you got Archangel Raphael here. You have an archangel protecting you all month. In your external factors area, you see the full blast of the sun here. Remember, I said the sun's coming out. You see all that sun here. You see all that sun here. Yeah, you got the moon in front of the sun, so you gotta, do that deep, go under things. But anyway, you're protected. There's something here with partnerships, relationships in a big way. It can be love, it can be business. Oh, there's something happening in a big way. Okay, really, really, really big. I just cannot. And then, hey, you got the Devil. But here's the thing. Where it is in your staff, it's just saying no more. And that's why you have the moon in your future. Because there's something in this month of July you're going to have to face. Okay? And that makes a lot of y'all shake, right? Like, oh no. But look at all this power. Look at all this abundance. You got Uranus in your sign now. Look at all the aspects that's happening. So remember, you're going to change once we get to July 4th, July 7th, as we move. So if you have any of that self-doubt or any of that, it's going to be gone. And then don't forget, you got Mars conjuncting the South Node July 19th anyway. Yeah, it's going to be gone. Anything, you see the two people, by the way, from the Lovers card. Yeah, it is card 15. 1 + 5 = 6. We'll call them Adam and Eve, however you want to see it, okay? Now they're chained to the Devil, yeah? The Devil is mocking the Archangel, right? So in this instance, which card do you prefer, yeah? So you want to, that's high frequency, right? You can even see the sun, frequency comes from the sun. Anyway, this is all, everyone has the power to choose. You can choose to break free from the chains, or, hey, it's going to be harder for you to ride this amazing, enormously special month for you if you don't confront the things I said from the very beginning. Every sign is going to be doing inner work this month with these retrogrades. And Chiron is actually very active, right? So do the work. Do the work. There's something you're telling yourself, likely, like something can't happen for, again, that would be like that self-sabotage, all that energy. But you're going to be fine as long as you don't get in your own way, right? So anyway, and you're not, and it just doesn't seem like you are. This is, I like the Devil coming up because it is a kind of like a reminder for you, like, yeah, that's not me anymore. I'm reinventing myself. So anything, this is also like pessimistic thinking, codependency, bad behaviors, vices, addictions, things like that. It's like all in the past. You got the 9 of Wands and your final outcome. So that's really good because that's like perseverance. That's saying, I'm not giving up. This is a card where everything that you've worked hard for, like now you're protecting, and you're like, nope, this is going to be a big month, almost to the point where I almost had to do 2 parts for July, like 2 different. Okay, so 9 of Wands, very, very, very interesting because you have something here with partnerships, relationships. You see that it's like a thing here. Even here with that 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands is attributed to Sagittarius, which is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So there may be something here where you're hanging on, but another thing is, remember what I said, out with the old, in with the new. So you have to ask yourself, am I holding on to something dearly that's old and the old way of thinking? That's the thing. I'll even clarify that one for you, Gemini. All right. So yeah, you are. So let's recognize that and En route. All right, so I'll do one more for you. There you go. You see how everything's working out. Like, this is going to be the most unbelievable month. Like, it's when you've got Uranus in your sign, like, you've never experienced this, right? Unless you're over 80 years old. Like, you've never experienced this. It's been 84 years, but the aspects that are happening, Venus in your sign. Now you got the star where the stars are aligning for you, where this is a card of your future hopes and wishes and dreams. You see that this is a card of, like, just healing, and it's wisdom, gaining knowledge, it's enlightenment, it's faith, it's having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe. Everything is happening for you. Okay. Now, the other thing is that that freeness is here as well. Feeling free, right? Feeling free. You even see here the two, you remember Adam and Eve, and then even, the water bearer, because this is an Aquarius card, right? So, and Uranus is trining Pluto in Aquarius all month. But anyway, freeness. They're not wearing any clothes. They're free. They can express themselves. So, again, everything is happening for you. You have to believe it. You have to be patient. Saturn in Aries is practicing patience, right? So even still, this is all about the long term. There's something, and remember, or I'll show you something. You see the water barrier pouring into the water, but also onto the land. Everything around your world will be growing. This is that fertility and growth and expansion with Jupiter and Cancer too. This is just saying, let's be grateful for everything that we have. You already have that energy here. You have that here. You have that here. So this is just saying there may be some moments where you're just like, okay, I've got to decide, am I holding on to something? If you're holding on to something really tightly, really dearly, that is reached its expiration date, it's showing not much will change. Yeah. And you're just going to be like, he's crossing off his heart. If you can change all that, and you will, you've got Uranus in your sign, everything aligns for you. That is bonkers. How much time do we have? I might not be able. Okay, let's just. It's your month. It's your month. Let's break it down week by week. Okay, so Gemini, let's pull some more cards. I'm going to tell you a couple other things that you can expect. Just remember the first week, very pivotal, especially July 4th. All right. I mean, Venus is going to be moving into your sign. That is huge. You got Venus conjunct Uranus anyway. You got Neptune going retrograde, and then you got Venus sextiling Saturn and Neptune. Venus is in your sign at this point. I mean, Uranus moving into your sign. I can't. Venus trining Pluto. Venus is still in your sign. The moon's going to be in Sagittarius that day, by the way. So this card being attributed to moon in Sagittarius. Pay attention. But anyway, let's see what's going on for you for the first week of July. What'd you get? Oh my God. You can't even, again, look at your last week's reading. When you have the same cards show up twice, like I cannot. This is your legacy. This is everything. This is success. This is prosperity. This is a lot of family energy. Again, you got this last week, all right? The pentacles raining from the heavens, okay, in the form of the tree of life. This is big. A lot of emphasis on your physical realm here, to be honest. Like, there is this ascension happening for you the first week. Now, second week, you're good. You're good. Okay, second week, we got the full moon in Capricorn. We got, Mercury trine Ceres. I think I told you that. You just have a lot happening. Saturn's going to be going retrograde. You have Venus conjunct Aldebaran from the Pleiades. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you that, but we'll talk about that next week. That's happening in your sign. Let's see what's going on with you for the second week of July. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. What the actual? So remember what I just told you earlier about him being the younger version of the Hierophant, him with the hand gesture as a Hierophant. There you go. You got the Hierophant. There you are. There's big old leader here, leadership energy, but divine. This is spiritual. Remember, you've got Saturn and Neptune in Aries, 11th house. You being a leader, being the face of just anything, like your community, your family, a global scale. It's the masses. The 11th house. It's your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, dreams. That's a lot of wisdom here, right? This is people looking up to you. Literally, you see that the two monks here looking up. Like, you can't. You're amazing. I can't believe this. You're everything's happening for you now, and a lot of like structure, organization. But that leader, there's people. You're gonna be seen. Gemini. Now, the third week, you got Mercury sextiling Venus, Mercury going retrograde. You got Mars conjunct the South Node, which I told you that's going to be a big deal. Mars, yeah, all right. And then, we do enter Leo season. That's really fun for you. Really, 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 really fun. And then Venus square Mars as well. And then the Sun trine Saturn. I mean, like, you've... all right, let's see what's going on for you for the third week of July. Oh my gosh. You are getting everything that you deserve. You just got the Queen of Wands, who is very charismatic, very regal, very inspiring. Like, she holds that wand with strength. Speaking of which, the star card 17, 1 plus 7 equals 8. You see 8 pointed stars. You see 8 stars, all referencing the strength card. Same thing you see here. You even see the lions in her throne. Anyway, she's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She's very charismatic. She's very charming. She's a magnet. That's you getting everything that you want. She knows the law of attraction. She knows how it works. You're good. And again, she's also Aries, and all this energy in Aries, which is leadership, pioneering, entrepreneurial anyway, but in your 11th house, big. All right. So you are going to get whatever you want. By the way, if you're here for sex and relationships, like, don't even, right? Don't even, like, Gemini, it's your month. Okay. Even the star there, even the 4 of Wands, like the Queen of Wands being the most, let's just say, like, sexual queen or whatever. Anyway, last week of July, you've got the new moon in Leo. Oh my goodness. You got the moon conjunct the South Node. That with Venus actually going to be sextiling Chiron. Venus is still in your sign. So there is like this healing that you're going to be doing. But anyway, Venus will move into Cancer. You're about to make a tarot ship of money. And then you got the Mercury Cazimi in Leo. Like, I can't. Anyway, Gemini, let's see what's gone on for you the last week of July. I can't. I can't. You just broke the internet. You got the Page of Cups here. So yeah, definitely remember, you're going to be getting messages, maybe exciting new messages. Maybe you're going to make an announcement. Maybe there's new love coming into your life, new love interest. Maybe there's something here new that you're starting. The end of the day, this is just you following your bliss. There's something fresh and new that's happening in this big wave for you. There could be something with children, by the way. But it really is more about you. Remember, I said creativity is a big theme for this month, especially for you with Venus in your sign, Uranus in your sign, like all these aspects that are happening, all this Leo energy in the third house anyway, even with the new moon that last week in your third house, that is that creative mind. There you go. A lot of imagination, dreamy energy, wearing your heart in your sleeve. Like, you're falling in love with something, okay? There's something new coming into your life. You're good. You have never been like you. Anyway, Gemini. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's enough. Oh gosh. Okay. Gemini, thanks so much. Next week. Yeah, we're going to go deeper in the aspects. And of course, they all involve you. It's all you. Venus, like, is all you. Anyway, oh yeah. The second spread. Yeah. We're going to look at career. We're going to look at love. We're going to look at health. We're going to look at, Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. Y'all are amazing. Gemini, this is your month. It's your month. I'm excited for you. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.